Hey guys, it's AJ, and I am so very glad that you cannot see behind you because on my counters, oh my goodness, my kitchen is just a terrible mess. I've really got to get to cleaning. But I've been kind of busy. Unfortunately, the hillbilly's grandmother passed away. My days are getting mixed up now, guys. It's been busy. I believe it was either Monday or Tuesday morning. So we've been a little busy with that. But, as in all sad things that have to pass, there is always something good that comes out of it. And this is my good. This is my jackpot. His grandmother was 93. She did live a nice full life. But the last few years she hasn't known us. And I understand people that make the argument that used to we took care of our own elderly, because they tried to do that with my great-grandmother and they almost killed her because they were not experienced nurses and she needed better care. She could not do anything for herself. She was wasting away to nothing, and she wasn't a large woman. She was short, but she was a very stout woman. And she was skin and bones by the time the doctor insisted that she be institutionalized. My mother, I was just a young girl at the time, I believe 13 or 14. My mother, my grandmother, and my great aunt all took turns. They lived in the house with her and they took shifts. Of course, my mother had to be away from her children. My grandmother, it really kind of took a toll on her trying to take care of her own mother that way. And after they put her in a facility, she ended up being a very stout woman before she passed away. I do believe that a lot of people just try to, push people aside. And somebody asked me once to do a video on how to handle loss. And I'm still trying. He asked me a long time ago, and I wish I would have done it for him then, but I couldn't. There's been a lot of loss in my life. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and we've been suffering through a few of those downs lately. I owe an apology to a couple of my viewers who I have things made for, and you will get them, I promise. The hillbilly has been laid off now for almost 3 months, and we had messed up some paperwork on his unemployment. We live in Ohio, and he works in West Virginia. So there was some ins and outs on that. So we have been without a paycheck for almost 3 months. I've got that straightened out now, and at the beginning of the month it should start kicking in and we'll be fine. But it's taken longer than the temporary layoff that he was going to have. So he's going to go ahead and start looking for something else until they possibly call him back, or he decides to stay with whatever new that he gets. It was a smaller company that he worked for, and they're just not getting business right now. So as soon as I can get a few pennies together, I will be getting the packages out that I need to. And again, I apologize for that. I took the change. I'm horrible at change saving. Every time we've got a problem or we need something extra, I pull out my little change jar and say, it's okay, I'm going to cash this in, we'll be fine. Right before the hillbilly's grandmother passed away, I just had a feeling, and we've been closed up in this house for a while, with the hillbilly not working. The kids kind of go to school and come home, and we were getting stuck in a little bit of a rut, and I didn't want that. So I took that change jar, and that's what I was planning on doing to send out my packages. Instead, when I cashed that in, I used that for gas money, and we went away this weekend to visit some YouTube friends. I needed some hugs, and I got them, and I'm really glad that we did it that way. That's what we needed right then, and I really hope that you guys aren't waiting on your bags too much to get mad at me, but my family needed to get out of the house for a little bit. It's not much of a vacation, but it's the only vacations we ever take. The last, well, all the vacations we've had in the last 3 years have been to YouTube friends that have been outside of our town. Of course, we go camping here, and we do things close to home that don't cost anything. So we have fun doing that, but for us, that's a big deal. So we did that this past weekend. Like I said, the unemployment thing should be kicking in starting the beginning of next month. We've got that worked out now, and everything should be fine. I felt that I needed to tell you guys a little bit of background because, you know, I've been missing again, and Hillbilly hasn't been posting as many videos either, and we've just been in a weird spot for a little bit. But this made me smile, and I had to share it with you guys. My husband's family always canned, so they went to clean out some things in the basement, and on my table you see my jackpot. What you guys see in front of me, this is what I've been doing the last day and a half. I think I ended up with 59 new quart jars, and let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I ended up with 12 small jars. Some of these, and I say small jars because some are pints, and there's a couple that are jelly jars and, you know, oddly shaped, but they're all roughly pint size. And I have 5 new blue jars, and I think that's so cool because I know they came back out and you could buy them for a limited time. I'm not going to use these jars. Eventually, within the next few months, after I get the cabinets back up that, you know, I've been kind of dragging my feet on, I'm going to have a shelf around the top of my kitchen because, as I've said in other videos, we have extremely high ceilings in this house. You could stack me on my shoulders and I'd still probably barely be touching the ceiling. I'll have a shelf all the way around my cabinets, above my cabinets, and I'm going to put these blue jars up there. And you know me, they'll have ivy hanging out them, of course, but they'll be up there. I know that the older blue jars have markings on them. This is a 1. I have either a 6 or a 9. I've got a 3, a 12, and that's definitely a 9, so the other one was a 6. I'm not sure what those numbers mean, but I know that those jars are stamped differently. Those are actual antique blue jars, and I have a couple others that I already had from my father-in-law. So those will be more like decorations, just pretties. They probably could be used, but there's a couple with a few imperfections that they appear to me to be imperfections, and I'm afraid that they would break. So we're going to use these other ones, and I have to thank J0. When we came home after visiting this weekend, he sent us home with a few things, and you know how we are, we say, bring my jar back. So J0, I'll be bringing you a couple of extra when I come, just kind of as a thank you. Also, when I got my jars, the Hillbilly found this little lamb cake pan, and it's actually a 3D cake pan. And I'm not really sure, I probably haven't showed a whole lot of me baking cakes and stuff, but I have friends who think I'm good at it, family think I'm good at it, so I make a lot of different little birthday cakes and weird things that aren't exactly, they're kind of unique. I make things that you can't go to the Walmart freezer section or, you know, some little bakery and buy. Not just a little square cake. I like to get all weird about it. I've put on weddings, and I like little cake pans that are kind of different like that. So that's why he brought me those, and I thought that was neat. And of course, we've got a few other things, but his grandmother had been ill for about 10 years or so at least, and she didn't know anybody or anything anymore. So a lot of the things that people thought were quote-unquote of value were already removed from the house, and I didn't even go. This was just what the Hillbilly and his dad brought up, and most of these had food in them, but they were not kept in the right environment. The food wasn't for sure safe, so basically most of these jars were all filthy dirty, where they had dumped out old nasty canned food. So my first step, I took a very large tote and put the jars down in it. I'm standing up, and put hot soapy water, scalding hot soapy water, and bleach down in the tote. And I'd leave them to sit for, you know, maybe an hour or so. And when I came back, I would rinse them out and then by hand scrub them. after that process, I stuck them through my dishwasher. So they've actually been cleaned 3 times. And then before I can, I always sterilize my jars. So I know that I've got good jars that I can put product in. While I hand wash these, I check and I make sure there's no chips around edges. I lick the glass, make sure there's no chips in the glass or nothing that looks like a crack. So I think the couple of times I have had mishaps in my canner, which, like I said, I haven't had a lot. I've been very lucky canning. But the few mishaps I've had, I think, are because I was using my father-in-law's jars. And we told him again the other day, and I know I've mentioned it to him before, but he's forgotten. We asked him if he stuck any of his jars in a microwave. He's like, well, yeah, they're glass, why not? So I think any mishaps I've had have been because of microwave jars. Never, never, never stick your jars in a microwave. They are just not going to make it through it. I don't know what kind of technological science there is, but the microwaves do something to the glass and it makes it more fragile. So I had the ones that I've had mishaps on, I had the bottoms pretty well crack out on me, and like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. On the upbeat, I know getting these make me happy, but it's kind of for a sad reason. On an upbeat, my best friend's husband today is, I'm not sure what today's date is. It might have been, I think his actual birthday was yesterday. But anyway, he had a special request. And when I have a party, they throw me a party every year. So he makes me a cake. And he doesn't go to Walmart and buy one either. He makes me something special. I usually get Death by Chocolate or you know, something odd. Something that he thought was neat that I would like. So he tried to, excuse me for 1 minute. I think it was kind of a challenge. For his birthday, instead of a traditional cake, he wanted me to make tiramisu. I didn't even know what the word meant, to tell you the truth. I had to look it up, but I like a challenge. Tiramisu calls for mascarpone cheese and ladyfingers. And I looked in every store that we have here, and I could not acquire mascarpone or ladyfingers. So I found a Betty Crocker recipe for tiramisu that calls for pound cake and cream cheese. So I made him that just to show you, because I'm a little cocky now that I actually pulled it off, because he's actually going to be really surprised I did this for him when I get there. Not many people go that far out for each other, but we do. We've been really good friends for a long time. So as far as my friends go, I go out of my way on their birthdays. And this is my tiramisu for the day. And I had to Hillbilly help me. Believe it or not, he didn't know what tiramisu was either. I've had cooking classes. I need less than a year and I could have a culinary arts degree. And I didn't know what it was. So anytime there's something like that that I can make that's a little bit different, it kind of puts a smile on my face. So anyway, my best friend will pick me up in a little bit, and I will take my cake, and I bought him a balloon that says Over the Hill, and a balloon that looks like a Jack Daniels label, and it says Genuinely Aged Dude, I believe. But anyway, we try to be cute with each other. So my best friend will come pick me up later, we'll go to her house and sing karaoke. And there will be a surprise for one of my friends, because tonight when I go over there, I'm going to make her a special little video that nobody else is going to see. She has a favorite song, and she said, man, I wish I could hear you sing this song. So I'm going to video it tonight and sing it for her and send it to her as a little, haha, I sang it. So anyway, that's what's going on, and I hope you guys don't think that we're just sitting around ignoring you. Like I said, we've just been going through a little bit of family stuff, so I'm going to be making a whole lot more videos soon. It's getting warm outside. We're just about ready to start putting our seeds in the garden. We do need a couple more layers to finish out. We'll probably get that finished maybe this weekend, beginning of next week. And they keep predicting that it's still going to frost again. So you're kind of getting that, trying to hope that went out of the way, because I've got strawberries that are coming up already. Not a lot. There's a lot of plants that aren't coming up yet. from last year that we're supposed to. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll add some more. We'll do what we can do, and we'll let you guys know when we do it. So I'll talk to you really soon. Again, love you guys. I'm really sorry I haven't been around too much, but I'm here. I'll talk to you really soon. If you need anything, just drop me a message. Talk at you later. Bye.